Welcome to the Quantum Beauty Podcast. I'm Carrie, and this is episode 2. In today's episode, I'm going to share with you my why in creating this podcast, and my why in discussing beauty and aging in a very different light. I truly feel that the time is now. I have been in the wellness and beauty space for over 2 decades. And I can honestly tell you, over the years, I have been increasingly put off by my own industry, the beauty piece, the beauty side of it. Why? Because I have seen it to be very gimmicky in its approach and in its marketing. Treatments seem to be geared for quick fixes, like let's put a band-aid on it kind of thing, when in truth, your body's rotting inside, like it's falling apart. And I know that sounds like harsh, but that is the truth of it. You know, we put these band-aids on things and we don't get to the root of it. And the root of it is lifestyle. Without good daily habits and a good lifestyle, these band-aids are only going to hold for so long. So my own aging and beauty journey started 30 years ago with lifestyle, with eating well, with diet, with moving my body, regular exercise. And it just developed from there. You know, there's more to it than that, but that is the basis. And I want everyone to realize, and I'm just being really honest, that prevention is easier than cure. So what you do today is going to predict tomorrow. And so the earlier you can make changes, the earlier you can start, the better. But it's never too late. Never, never, never. So that's one piece of the puzzle. The second piece is that I find aging to be somewhat fear-based, or not even somewhat. I find it to be fear-based. Let's just say it. You know, just the term alone, anti-aging, which is like a billion-dollar industry, that word alone tells you that it's something that's bad, that it's something to be against. Anti, ooh. So I find that to be really interesting, that mindset, when in actuality, aging is a privilege. Aging can be a very exciting process because as we get older, we gain wisdom, we gain depth, we gain maturity, unlike what we were when we were young. I know for myself, I'm not the person today, I'm not the person I was 20, 30 years ago. And I look back at that person and I say, who was that person? So I'm really happy where I'm at today. And so I think there needs to be this new perspective. And this is actually a new word in the holistic aesthetic space, and that is pro-aging. Pro, a prefix meaning for. I'm for this. I'm for aging. But the reality is, and I get it, we all want to gain this knowledge and this depth, but look young while doing it. Okay, I get it. You know, it's such a part of our being and our self-confidence, you know, that we offset the effects of aging. So we want to look good in the process. And I understand that. I just think there needs to be a new approach. I think that the foundation of things can't be overlooked. You know, it's almost silly when you think about it. Like these conversations I've had with clients in the past, when they come to me and say, I don't like this and I don't like that, this spot, this wrinkle. this sagging. But then when I start talking about diet and lifestyle, they look at me like, well, don't you have a treatment for that? No. I mean, the treatment has its place, it has its benefits, but what you're talking about is a full transformation. And that wrinkle did not get there overnight. Oh no, it's been in development, and it signals your inner foundation, your inner terrain, and the foundation under the skin that hardly anyone ever talks about. And that is bone integrity, muscle integrity, blood flow integrity, detox integrity, which is through lymphatics. So I like to have a very upfront conversation with my client. And from the past 5 years, when I really delved back into the aesthetic industry, after 10 plus years doing colonics and nutrition and gut health for people, I went back to the aesthetic industry. And those initial conversations have really, really gained some growth and some depth. And now I'm having very different conversations. But it's all rooted at the foundation. There's not much I can do if you don't like to drink water or you don't like to eat healthy. It's not much of a discussion. And I do want to mention that all of this is in my book, The Quantum Beauty Method. This book I wrote because I wanted my clients to have a takeaway. I don't have the time in, let's say, an hour or even a 2-hour session to go over everything. And this is something that I can give to my clients and say, read this. We can discuss it at we can discuss, a piece of it at every session. This has made such a difference in my practice. And you can find this book on Amazon. Type in The Quantum Beauty Method, it'll come up. So my why is to go back into the reason for this episode. Yeah, my why has some depth. I want to see a change. I want to see a realistic change in the whole beauty culture. I don't want to see quick fix solutions as the sole means to get from point A to point B. And this is what I plan to delve into, the details and the nuances of all of this in future episodes. And you can guarantee, but I shouldn't use that word guarantee. What if something happens? But you can plan on a new episode every week, early in the week, Monday or Tuesday. I will release a new episode. I do like engagement, so feel free to put comments in the comments section. And yeah, I'm looking forward to a robust conversation around beauty, around aging, around wellness, and creating a new perspective. So with that, I want to wish you all a wonderful week, a productive, relaxing rest of your day. And until next time, I'll see you next time.